It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Check out. 674. Okay. 12.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
46 to Mike. Man, I got you. Young lady. Hey, Echo. Rush in. Young lady.
Now it's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Bell. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
95, Mike. Watch 95. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. 95's a sand. No, check it out.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He pitches it out, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Play action. It's locked. He's got Smith here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now it's Hines. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
From the 27, Luck looking, and he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 27 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point up and through, and it's now 14-0. And there's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
We want it. Come. Go 80. Check 52. Kill. Red 80.
Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Let's go, let's go.
Darnold from the gun. He finds his target. It's Crowder. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Let's see what you got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Calling a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on third down. Luck looking deep for Hilton. That's caught inside the 20. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Just beating the play clock is Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Jenkins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt when the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
Smooth. 54, right, 54. Quit talking about it and bring it. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
Out of the gun, Luck. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Darnold. Hey, right on cue. They set up the screen and complete it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Well, Charles, you said just a bit ago their aggression might get to him, set up the screen. It could work, and it did.
It certainly did, and you have to give the offense coordinator a ton of credit for being able to see it, anticipate it, and get right to the call.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. Ebron caught left side. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Luck on 1st down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the gun on third down, Luck. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Bell running on first down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10.
Check, check, young lady, check. Check the backer, check the backer.
You draw quarters.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Darnold now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Back to throw, Darnold. A screen to Bell. Bell a first down and then some. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on first and 10. Off of play action, Luck. Pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
57's the mic.
Down right.
Now Luck. Looking for Campbell downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Darnold now to throw. Caught here by Bell. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Darnold now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Again, Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more.
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a big run that time by Bell. 56 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
49, check 49, check 49.
No.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Now it's Darnold. Caught by Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
General West.
Here we go.
Hey, seam 6.
Now Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. play action. It's Luck. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards that time.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all.
Come on. 57 to Mike. Hey, let's get it.
On first down, Hines. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Hines. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, it's Hines, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
A loss of 5 yards brings up 4th down.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
And the pass complete to Anunwa. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 50 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Hey, orbit.
To throw is Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I'm going back to you.
Motion.
57 to Mike. Mike 57.
Pick me up. Here we go.
57 to Mike.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's it, baby.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Check out. 5, 6, 5. Go ahead. 5, 40. Easy. Alert.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
First down.
Check out. Line 674. Mexico.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Check. 57's the mic. Rock 57. We own it. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
From the 50, it's Long. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Darnold. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
53 is the mic.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Hey, Will.
D-line, get that quarterback.
Undercrush.
Darnold from the gun. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at about the 14. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check out. 90. Strong right.
Here's Hines. Still going. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big...
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run with a former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on third down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Third and long, it's Locke. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 52 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And it's been a Terry now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D.
Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
.33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, it's Hines. And he's got this down to the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he loses the football a second time. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Locke. Ebron caught left side. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Bell. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. Back to throw, Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This one caught by Crowder. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Check, 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 check.
Young lady.
Darnold from the red zone now. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
You. Hey, check Mike 46.
Hey, Mike 7.
To the air again, Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30, 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation to maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and